We go to the bull market, so there will be face-melting FOMO, extreme price pumps, and also multiple minus 30% dips. A lot of people ask what I mean by that. Well, if we look at, for example, the 2017 all-time high, which is more typical than the one in 2020 and 21, we saw multiple, I think 5 or 6 minus 30% dips in there, but then big pumps after that. So it will be, if you have never experienced a bull market, it will really be face melting and scary at some times. We will have price rises, we will have a bull market, but I don't expect a top in this year. In 2024, I expect the top to be in 2025.
Bitcoin's prices have been making headlines again, and many are watching closely to see where it's headed next. On March 5th, Bitcoin surged to a record high of $69,000, but quickly dropped in a flash crash, briefly falling below $60,000 before rising back up again. The crash was fueled by selling pressure from long-term holders, as investors and inactive accounts sought to cash out. Notably, a dormant whale account, inactive for 14 years, deposited 1,000 Bitcoin into Coinbase at $67,116. These Bitcoins, mined in 2010, have yielded over $60 million in profit. However, leveraged traders faced losses, with over $1 billion in positions liquidated due to heightened volatility, marking the largest liquidation event since the previous market cycle's peak. With all of this news, it begs the question, where is Bitcoin headed for this year, 2024, and the years after? In a recent video, pseudonymous quantitative analyst Plan B shares his predictions for Bitcoin's price movements in 2024 after the halving event. Based on his analysis, he believes that we're heading into a bull market with extreme price pumps and lots of FOMO. However, amidst the price surges, we will also have 30% price corrections. Despite these fluctuations, Plan B remains optimistic about Bitcoin's long-term prospects, as he believes that each dip is followed by even greater price surges. We will now bring you more clips of Plan B, as he shares his insights on Bitcoin's future price trends after the 2024 halving event. As we show you these clips, please take a moment to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on post notifications for more videos like this. Make sure to watch the video until the end so you don't miss out on Plan B's expert predictions for this year and the near future. We hope you enjoy the video.
If you look historically, after the halving, the price went up, but with a little bit of a delay. And I expect that as well in 2024. So we will have price rises, we will have a bull market, but I don't expect a top in this year. In 2024, I expect the top to be in 2025. One more thing, last cycle, we saw a little dip just before the halving, and that of course was the March 2020 COVID dip. It was a black swan. I don't think we'll have that again, but well, anything can happen, but yeah, I don't think it will. And last cycle was of course relatively low because of this bad start, but also because of the China ban that erased 50% of the mining capacity, because of Luna, and because of the FTX exchange debacle. So we had a really bad cycle last time. So it's very interesting to see what will happen next. I expect next cycle to be more normal and maybe a bit higher to make up for this relatively low cycle that we had. Very interesting. We'll see. Next chart. Big news here. Red dot. So what we see in this chart is the stock to flow price, again on a logarithmic scale. And the colors, note the color axis is different right now. It's not the months until the next halving, it's the phase. So it can be the accumulation phase, blue, we've been there. Can be the bull market, can be distribution, can be bear market. So we see a phase switch change right now. And we go from the accumulation phase, which is over right now. There's no more steady growth, easy buying, etc. No, we go to the bull market. So there will be face melting FOMO, extreme price pumps, and also multiple minus 30% dips. A lot of people ask what I mean by that. Well, if we look at, for example, the 2017 all-time high, which is more typical than the one in 2020 and 21, we saw multiple, I think 5 or 6 minus 30% dips in there, but then big pumps after that. So it will be, if you have never experienced a bull market, it will really be face melting and scary at some times. But well, we have a lot of things going on. Narrative is ETF at the moment, of course. We saw 500 million inflow in the ETFs in one day, and that caused a 5% price pump in Bitcoin. There's lots more inflow into the ETFs coming, so that promises a lot more price increases as well. And there might be in the rest of the year in 2025 a sovereign fund and nation state adoption. Who knows what's next? It will be very surprising. It will be extreme. So what will I do? And what will I suggest you do is just sit back and relax, enjoy the ride, and most importantly, don't panic at the first minus 30% dip. A lot of people will say, oh, this was it, the bull market's over, we'll go to zero now. No, it's just a high volatility, double-digit dip in a bull market. And so, yeah, that's it. I'll be probably... we'll be probably watching at red dots for the next half year, 1.5 years, until the yellow dot comes, but we don't have to worry about that anytime soon.
Bitcoin has surged by almost 160% since October, with a big jump of 44% in February alone. Investors have been pouring money into the top Bitcoin ETFs, with over $2.2 billion invested in the week ending March 1st. Mainly going to BlackRock's iShares Bitcoin Trust. The surge in Bitcoin's value is attributed to increased interest from a broader investor base and speculation surrounding potential interest rate cuts by the Federal Reserve. Historically, such rate cuts have incentivized investors to seek higher yielding or more volatile assets like Bitcoin. Alvin Tan from RBC Capital Markets highlights the overall positive sentiment towards risk assets, as evidenced by record highs in major stock indices like the S&P 500 and Nasdaq. This sentiment has likely contributed to Bitcoin's rally, reflecting a broader trend of investor optimism across various markets. Now, let's go back to Plan B's discussion as he shares more of his Bitcoin forecasts and predictions.
RSI is a relative strength index. A technical analysis indicator, very standard, but I like it a lot. It's 73 right now, which is really high. So normally the range of RSI is between 30 and 70 for a stock market, for example, or a foreign exchange market. So it would be really overbought at the moment. For Bitcoin, the bull markets are much higher than 70%. They can be as high as 100%, 90%, 95%. So what I say is there's 2 more blue dots to go. This blue dot is relatively high because normally just before the halving it will be the RSI will be 55 or 65 or even 70, but above 70 is really high. So it could normalize a bit to below 70. It could just go on because this will be a relatively high bull market and cycle compared to this relatively low bull market and cycle that we just had. We don't know, but please note this. If the RSI is above 50, it's an uptrend. So, and below 50 is a downtrend. So anything above 50 means the price, the general trend of the price goes up. So 70 is really high. It means steep slope and price going up steeply, but even at 65 or 60, price will go up. So it's anyway, the future looks bright. And if we look at the realized price, which is the all the Bitcoin, the average price of all the Bitcoins. So where are all the Bitcoins out there, the on-chain Bitcoins, 19 million. Where are they bought, at what price, and what's the average? That's right now at 25,000. And the 2-year realized price is at 37,000. And the 5-month realized price, also known as the short-term hodler price, is 49,000. So they're all rising, they're all going up, and Bitcoin is above all the realized price, all the cost prices. So that's the signature of a bull market. Everybody is in profit, and like the 200-week moving average, in my opinion, no guarantees, but in my opinion, in a bull market, we will never drop below that short-term hodler 5-month realized price. You can see it here. All these minus 30% dips that we will see, in the end, we will not go on a monthly close, I should say, not go below that light blue line, below that 5-month realized price, which is right now 49K. So maybe that means we're not going below 49K ever again. Next chart. Realized return, that's the coins that are sold, the Bitcoins that are sold in February. And all those sellers, they sold at a profit of 63%. Red. Last chart, Bitcoin in profit. And not surprising, almost everybody is in profit at current prices. Only the people that bought at the all-time high in October 2021 are maybe in loss, and that's only 175,000 coins, by the way. So that's really low. Everybody else, that's more than 99%, is in profit, which means that there's not much fear in the market anymore. Everybody's looking at profits and is happy. And of course, if red starts, then red will continue. If a bull market starts, it will not. It will not end tomorrow or next month. It's a trend. It's a force that will continue and is not stopped easily.
Despite the relative strength index being high at 73, which typically indicates overbought conditions, Plan B notes that in bull markets, the RSI can often surpass 70% and even reach levels as high as 100% or 90%. This suggests that there may still be room for further growth in the current cycle. Additionally, Plan B mentions $49,000 to be the current level of the short-term gold price. This figure represents the average price at which Bitcoins were bought in the short term, indicating the recent profitability of Bitcoin holders. Plan B's point is that with the majority of investors currently in profit and the average price at which Bitcoins were acquired being $49,000, it suggests strong support for Bitcoin's price not falling below this level shortly. Plan B suggests that even during periods of market volatility or corrections, the price of Bitcoin may not dip below this level. Meanwhile, Gracie Chen, managing director at BitGet, also expresses optimism about Bitcoin's potential, suggesting that it could reach between $180,000 and $200,000 in the current market cycle. This surge is fueled by growing interest from institutional investors in the leading cryptocurrency by market cap. Analysts and experts are anticipating an impending supply shock, especially with the upcoming Bitcoin halving expected next month. In April, the Bitcoin network will reduce the mining reward by 50%, slowing down the rate at which new coins are generated to maintain scarcity and control inflation. Other notable figures such as Matrixport, Fundstrat's Thomas Lee, and Anthony Scaramucci believe that the combination of rising demand from spot Bitcoin ETFs, the halving event, and increased institutional investment will trigger a significant surge in Bitcoin's price, surpassing previous all-time highs. While Plan B forecasts that the highest value Bitcoin may attain in this cycle is likely to occur in 2025, his sentiment aligns with the overall optimism shared by other experts regarding Bitcoin's future performance. What do you think the future holds for Bitcoin in 2024 and beyond? Will the bullish sentiment prevail, leading to new all-time highs? Or are we in for further market volatility and corrections? Feel free to express your thoughts in the comment section below. If you found this video helpful, please consider showing your support by giving it a thumbs up and subscribing to our channel for more informative content on cryptocurrencies and finance. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in our next videos. As always, happy investing.